Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Stories Untold, which, at one point in my life, presumably when I downloaded it, or when I bought it, or when I stole it out of a vending machine, or however under the sun I obtained this game, I knew what it was. However, it's been sat on my Steam account for a long time, and I've never got around to playing it until now. Seems to be an episodic sort of thing, so, yes. Ooh, goodness, very dynamic. 4 stories, 1 nightmare. So is this going to be a little bit like, Fears to Fathom, where sort of independent stories that all feed into one sort of theme, or 4 connected stories? One doesn't know, but it looks a little bit retro. I can see, it looks like an old CRT monitor there, possibly a big fridge here. I'm getting a little peckish, and an old tape recorder. Right, let us play the game and see what happens. I should like to start, please. Yes, thank you. Press escape at any time to pause and get help. Thank you. I'll probably need to do that many, many times. Blimey. Funky music. You made this game without any code? That's very impressive. Why is there a drill? Spooky. Something about the font makes me think of Stranger Things for some bizarre reason. I'm not sure why. What's going to happen? Blimey. Someone give the telly a smack. It's broken again. The House Abandoned. Presumably that's the name of this episode. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I recognise that. Oh, that's a Spectrum, isn't it? Would you shush? I think that's a Spectrum. You pull up to the driveway of the family holiday home and park the car. It's dark, but it's as idyllic as you remember from all that time ago. You remember being told to look in the glove box before going in. It's good to be back. Right, okay. Am I playing a choose your own adventure game via an old tape deck computer? I don't know. How do I oh blimey, do I have to do stuff? Look in glove box. Glove box is closed but appears to be unlocked. Open glove box. Inside is a key and a handwritten note from Dad. You take both. Read note. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, I hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get power and lights on. Also, found something in the attic for you. It's in your room. Enjoy." It's not your porn stash, is it? It had better not be. Right. Should we say, or press enter to continue? Sorry. I was trying to think what the next thing would be. You, hang on a minute. This is what you said before. Right. Can we go inside? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Oh dear. Go in. Oh, blimey. Enter house. I don't know what you're trying to use. My brain to communicate. I'm not very good at these things. Hang on a minute. Look at go to. Maybe go to. Maybe that would. Maybe. Okay, let's try that. Go to house. No. Go to door. Blimey. Maybe use key. It's a house key, not a car key. You never were a car person. I have been trying to get to this house for about 3 hours, mate. Unfortunately, your vocabulary isn't large enough for my tastes. Sorry, but size matters when it comes to vocabulary. Right. Look at door. How do I... Maybe... I don't know. I think maybe I have to, like, get out the car or something. Let's try opening the glove box again. See if we can... Glove box is open and you have taken the contents. Yes. Yes, okay, so I have the key. So I need to... I don't know. Unless it has something like get out of car or leave car or something like that. Let me try leave car. You open the car door and step out. Excellent. Right, we're getting somewhere. The house is grand, set perfectly amongst the trees. In front of you is the front door, and the yard stretches around the side of the house. Okay, let's use key. You insert the key and turn it. The door lock clicks open. Go in house. You step inside the front door. You enter the house to the hallway. It is dark and you can't see anything. You feel a light switch next to the door. However, use light switch. A click and nothing. There is no power. The note should say how to restore it. Okay, so what if I say go outside? You step outside the front door. Now I need to say go around side. You take a walk around to the yard. The yard has been well maintained. You spent a lot of time here with your family on holiday trips. Good memories. Alright, let me read the note again, if I may. Yes, I remember. What's the specific word I'm looking for? A generator. Okay, right. Let's see if we can use the generator. Let's see if it can spell the word generator. Use generator. I don't know what you're trying to use. Neither do I. What other words could it be? Go to generator. No. Neither do I. I'm not just being stupid and being crap at spelling, am I? Precisely how does one spell the word generator? I think that's how I was spelling it. Maybe I need to find some fuel or something. Maybe I need to say look for generator. Look for generator. The fuel gauge is healthy, and it is manually operated. Good. Well, I'll find Manuel and we'll get some operations going. Alright, use generator. You switch the generator on, and it whirs to life. But the house is still dark. Alright, go inside, or you want me to go around the front first? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Alright, go around front. You walk. Seems to, either I'm having tremendously good guesses, or it's got a larger vocabulary than I think. All right. Go inside, and I want to use the light switch again. I can't see anything, but it is very dark and spooky. Use light switch. You flick the light switch, and the lights come on. Tremendous. The hallway is now brightly lit. Excellent. There is access to the kitchen and the living room here, as well as a set of stairs going up. You know what? After my adventure, I'm already exhausted, and it is 5 minutes past 10 already. I'm going to bed. Alright, go upstairs. Do you smell stairs? Probably not. You walk upstairs to the landing. The stairwell landing. There is a bathroom and 2 bedrooms, yours and your sister's. Shouldn't there be an apostrophe there? Pictures adorn the walls, images of happy times. Alright. Go in bedroom. I don't know which bedroom is it. Which bedroom? Your room or your sister? My room. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Blimey. Go in my bedroom. Don't actually do that. That would creep me out. You walk into your old room. Your old bedroom. So many good memories here. It's been preserved very well. On the desk is a gift wrapped box. Open box. You unwrap the gift excitedly. You can't believe it. Dad has found your old computer. A Futuro 128K plus 2. It's been scrubbed of copyright infringing terms. It's been preserved well in the attic, and hopefully still works. I'm seeing a bit of a sort of a meta thing here, by which I do not mean something to do with Facebook. Right. Okay. On your desk is the computer and a copy of The House Abandoned. It's all still set up though. All right. Play game. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Use computer. I think of simple language, Phil. Your brain barely works. You should be able to figure that much out. Right, you plug in the computer. The computer is all set up and ready to go. There is a game here too. Play game. You put the cassette into the computer and press play. Well, fiddlesticks. Come on. I tripped the power. Oh, seeing clocks reset like that. There's a thing in the past. Back before they were all just connected to the internet. What does that say? There's some writing on the screen. I mean, the writing's on the wall, but there's some writing on the screen as well. Right. Oh no, not again. Not again. Wait, hang on a minute. It's clearly neglected. You remember being told to check the glove compartment before you go in. You can't stand to be near this place. Oh, this is happy, isn't it? Right. Open glove box. Open glove. Hang on, I spelled a C instead of a K. How under the sun do you read my horrible typos? Alright. Read note. You don't recognize the handwriting. It says, "Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out the car, get out the car, get out the car." Alright, if you insist. There's no need to shout, dear. Alright, alright. If you said that the first time, I might have known to do that whilst trying to grasp the door from inside my car. Alright, did I type before get out? I'm going to try get out car, since that's the terminology it used. You force the warped car door open and fall out. Tremendous. Did the warping happen while I was driving? It must have been a bloody long drive. The house looks abandoned. There is a yard to the side. Yard oddly capitalized. Wood creaks in the wind, and all happy memories are gone. There is no love here. Alright. Use key. You unlock the door. The click of the lock hurts to hear. It must be bloody loud then. Oh yeah, I've unlocked the door and actually opened the door, have I? Right, open door. You reluctantly step inside the front door. Pitch black, but your senses are punished more by the smell, stale air and damp. This could not be less inviting. A note burns in your hand and you are compelled to read it over and over. Haven't I already read it? Haven't I already failed to spell enough in this game? You know, this reminds me of a wasn't there another game we played that was it was a bit like this, but it was first person. You arrived at a house. Were you looking for your brother or something? And you go inside, you find a game like this, and you start playing it, but then you're playing a character who is entering your house, and then as you walk towards where you're actually playing the game, you sort of hear footsteps coming up. Am I misremembering how that worked? I don't really know. It's too dark to read, but it feels weird to touch. Yeah, I've had some evenings like that, but we won't get into any of that. Right. What shall I do? How about I leave? You go back outside. Coward. Thank you. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Alright. Go around back. Where would you like to go? Around back. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I. Alright. Can I read the note out here where there's a little bit of light? The text seems to read, "This is what you wanted." Right. Well, I do wish you'd texted me and asked me what I wanted before you bought me for my birthday a horror trip excursion for one. Electricity not included. Right. Alright. Let's try going back inside. And see what see what else I can find. There's a bad smell. Use light switch. Spell. Use light stitch. No, use light switch. There is no power to the lights. The generator must be off. Well, wouldn't you know, I was trying to go round back and find it, but somebody didn't understand what I was on about. Alright, what if I say go upstairs? No, there isn't upstairs. Sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I. Alright, alright, let's go back outside again. Yes, thank you. You've told me that once, and you didn't need to tell me again. There's a yard to the side. Go around side. What did I say last time? I don't remember. You step through the debris to the back. The grass is overgrown. The weeds crawl up to the side of the house. It is not a nice place to be. You clutch the note, needing to look around. Alright, look around. And hopefully find a book about spelling. There is no generator next to you. Alright. Use generator. That's freaking creepy. There isn't much fuel, but the generator starts up. Alright. Go back. You go back to the front of the house. Go in. Whoa, blimey. Oh yeah, sorry. You needed to re-describe the house, did you not? I slightly forgot that. Go inside. Yes. Lights on now. Pitch black. Alright, let's try the light switch again. I do wish I could type while this was something. Use light switch. Afraid of what you might see, you flick the light switch. The light flicks on and off. The walls are falling apart after years of neglect. Or worse. Upstairs, the sound of an alarm clock is blaring. Someone else is in the house. That can't be. It's stop o'clock! I don't want to go upstairs, but I will. Make it stop, make it stop, make it stop! Turn off the bloody alarm, I want to go back to bed! Saturday! Go in bedroom. Oh my goodness. Turn... Bloody hell. Turn off alarm. Thank goodness for that. My ears are grateful. You are still in the hallway. The noise has stopped, but you feel a presence. Someone is in the house. They should not be here. There is a kitchen and the living room. The stairs are leading up. The note feels disgusting in your hands. Can I read the note again? I can't read the note. It's bleeding. Oh, I see. How frightfully inconsiderate of me. Well, let me just wait for the platelets to clot, and then, well, for goodness sake, we'll sort it out then. Alright. Go in... kitchen. You go into the kitchen. The kitchen stinks and feels completely unfamiliar. The tabletops are rusted metal, and there is a carcass on the table. There is writing on the wall, and the utility door has a red X painted on it. Read writing. Like that. In blood, the number 1986 is smeared onto the wall. Alright, I'll write that down. What is it about codes and years? Right, I'll write that down. Alright. Open door, open utility door. The door is locked. I can't get in there. Not yet. Alright. Go back. You step back into the hallway. Your shoes are wet. Is that just because I've relieved myself in the terror, or is there a puddle on the floor? Not one that I produced. Oh, it's written the code on the wall so I don't forget. Isn't that nice? Right. I want to go in living room. Hopefully it's not a literally living room. You enter the living room. The living room, although hardly an appropriate term. The furniture is threadbare and worn. The note is fixed in your mind. Dread fills the pit of your stomach. This is not a nice place. Look around. Run down and empty. Abandoned, and for good reason. Right. Has it finished bleeding yet? The note, always changing, now reads, "Get through this. I don't care if you want to or not." Right. Well, that takes me back to being fed broccoli as a child and not being allowed to get up until I'd finished my tea, but never mind. Right. Go back. Go back once it's finished its thesis. Go back. Right. Let's go. At least it's finished calling me a coward, which makes a nice change. Right. Let's go upstairs this time. I didn't try going into the other the bedroom either. That's another room we could explore. Right. Go upstairs. You head up the stairs. They creak as they are wont to do. Same but different. The landing across to you has your sister's room. Your room. Oh my goodness. Behind the door, a phone begins to ring. You don't understand. Neither can he. Answer phone. You hear him answer the phone. Your mind hurts. You taste iron. Voices spill out of the phone into the room. Whoever is in there should not be there. You need to hang up the phone. I do. Whoever you consider the worst. This is the worst. Hang up. Relief. You and me both. Right, well, there's that. Excellent. Okay, the tape seems a little corrupted, but never mind. Alright. Pictures are all over the wall. There's something different about them. Look at pictures. The pictures are of your family. The eyes have been scored out. Scored out? That's an odd term. You mean scratched out? Alright. Go in sister's room. Jennifer's room is boarded up. You can't bear this, and seemingly she couldn't either, which is why she boarded up the door to keep me out. Right, go in my bedroom. Again, don't. Which bedroom? I said that. Go in my room. The door is bolted shut with a 4-digit combination lock. Alright, use code. I don't know what you're trying to use. Blimey. Alright, do you want me just to literally type the code itself? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I! Alright, open door. Door is bolted shut with a 4-digit combination lock. Alright, let me try using the key now. I'm getting confusulated. Alright, let me go back to opening the door. Let me try use code 1986. Well, aren't I just getting confuzzled? Alright, maybe enter code? You grab the lock. It's not really necessary to grope it, but alright. The lock is rusted, not used in many years. The key in your hand weighs heavy. The note is heavier. You grab the lock and input the code 1986. The lock clicks open. Right. Yes. I mean, it doesn't have access because it's been boarded up, but we won't worry about that unless you've got a very large axe. And as a creepy person standing on the landing, waiting to enter my room, in which I am feeling rather scared and timid, please do not have a large axe. Right. Open door. I don't like this. I very much like this from a technical perspective, but I don't like it from any other room. Enter room. Not sure which room you would like to go to. Really? Because, I mean, I just wander around houses, opening doors, and then going in completely different rooms. Go in bedroom. You really are a stickler for the specifics, aren't you? Right. Go in my bedroom. Frickin' finally. The bedroom feels utterly familiar. The walls are damp, and you've been here before, hopefully not making the walls damp with what liquid I dread to think. In front of you, a lone person sits in front of a computer screen. The lamp is on. The clock reads 9999. You shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. You grip the note tight. I suppose I'll read it again. I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm sorry, Mum. I'm sorry, Dad. You haunt every step I take, even in this place. It was out of my hands, but still you punish me. I can be with you now. I was about to say I'm surprised by the spelling of mother, but then again, I don't know if that computer was A, released, or if it was B, particularly popular in America. So, what happens next? There is nothing left to do. I am consumed and confused. This has to end now. I'm glad we are in agreement about this. I think I know what I have to type, but I'm not convinced I want to type. Again, I think I know what I need to say, and I'm not convinced I want to. Okay, I'll stop. I very nearly said it. Was it not good enough for you? No. Oh, dearest mother of mine, you always were such an excellent elocutionist. Finally. I can hear some breathing in my lungs. I don't like that. Oh, blimey. We did it and everything. Tremendous. Right. Goodness gracious. That was very impressive, wasn't it? My goodness, I very much enjoyed that. That was very clever. The way it gave you the sense of there being something scary behind you, which of course there isn't in real life, but you're playing a person at a desk and there's something scary behind him. So of course, being a person at a desk, that's very clever. I like that. Right, I'm quite enjoying this, and that didn't take as long as I thought it would. So why don't we do another one? Wish to start, please. The lab conduit. Yes, which hopefully won't involve getting electrocuted or mutated into anything, or irradiated, or injected, or any of the other horrible things that seem to happen to lab rats. Right. More funky music, more richer technology. Sure, that is. Again, why? Why a drill? Why is a drill important amongst the rest of these game-playing devices that we have here? Why do you need a drill? Whose head are you drilling open? Alright, what have we in episode 2?
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander leading, assisted by Dr. Williams, and in the lab itself, our volunteer, Mr. Asian. We have artifact 23 in the chamber, recovered from crash site B. At the moment it appears inert, showing no signs of activity. Mr. Asian, instructions for each stage will come through to your terminal, and we need you to follow them exactly. Now, some of this may be unfamiliar, so always reference the manual on your terminal for guides on calibration and procedure. Once you've calibrated equipment to match our brief, the green light will flash, allowing you to trigger the experiment. One last thing. Ensure that any equipment non-essential to the current experiment is switched off. You cannot proceed until your calibration matches ours. When you're ready, let's bring this back.
Right. I'm curious why in this American Department of Experimental Sciences we all have such frightfully excellent British accents, but we shan't worry about any of that. Right. Okay, we seem to be working for the SCP Foundation now. Right, well, I was told to turn off all non-essential devices, so let me switch my dog and bone off, and then we can see what we're doing. All right, let me read my manual. What have we here? The electromagnetic spectrum. I think that's a bit of light or something, isn't it? Concentrated light. That's also a bit of light. Acoustic resonance. Drill press. Oh, that's what we need the bloody drill for. Safety instructions, which should probably be read before you press the drill into anything. And equipment layout. All right. What can you tell me about X-rays? Required apparatus. Camera, monitor, and charge CC86 X-ray device. Right, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's not that. Let me go back to the manual. What about concentrated light? So are these different tests I can perform, perhaps? Different light frequencies. Presumably I was going to say, if I remember correctly, the light frequencies can be represented by a kind of like a curve on a graph, a bit like a sine wave, and I'm guessing the numbers there are probably in nanometers or something like that, and it's perhaps trying to represent the thickness of the line. Like if it's a very sort of flat line, then it would have a very high number, and if it's a very sort of wibbly wobbly sharp line, it would have smaller numbers. I don't really know. I'm making it up as I go along. Like I haven't been doing that for 5 years already. Right, waveforms, yes, I really have no idea what any of this means. Yes, there is a drill, switch on drill. Now there's a sentence I understand. Ensure all other equipment except camera and TV are switched off. When ready, trigger sync master as normal and begin drill insertion, by which I mean sync master, not sync. No, I did mean sync master. I confused myself by spelling it wrong whilst I said it and thinking I'd said the wrong word, but never mind. Alright, use safety goggles and glugs and goodness sake. I'm a bit tired, forgive me. And gloves at all times. Don't leave the container unattended during experimentation. It is extremely dangerous to handle any items within the container. Ensure your next of kin is updated at HR. Core, blimey. As per your agreement, follow all instructions exactly. I'll try. Alright, so I'm in the test chamber. The camera is behind me, presumably. The drill was certainly on my right because we were looking right. And then we turned left. So the camera or the computer I'm looking at must be at the bottom of this screen here. Alright, let's have some help. Press the keys bracketed in the top menu to move between pages. How would you have got here without figuring that out, given I started over here? Press tab to roll over to the... Am I really that fat? Is this how you're trying to tell me I need to lose some weight? To the test chamber. At the chamber, use your mouse cursor to select and interact. Okay, right, let me press tab. Okay, right, here we are. So now I can do stuff, right? Like fiddle with frequencies and turn things on and turn things off. Right, okay. So let me piddle with some things. What does this do? Oh, blimey. I see. So I can set a frequency and I can set a waveform. Alright, interesting. I can select a number of nanometers, presumably. Right, okay. What does this do? Okay, that does something interesting. Right, okay. And I can turn on the drill as well. Oh, blimey. How does one do drilling? One doesn't really know. Alright, any other bits of equipment I can turn on? Making a funny noise, but I don't know what that means. Alright, let me go back here and see what we can read about the experiment. X-ray the artifact to determine its internal structure. Alright, how do I do an X-ray? The camera, the monitor, and charge CCX6 X-ray devices. Alright. So the camera. Where is the camera? Let me go back to the... I wish to go back to the desk layout, please. Where is the camera? The camera... Oh, right, this isn't the room. That's just what I'm looking at when I turn to my right. Okay, so the camera is the thing up top. So that is this? How does one turn this on? Okay, so there's a red light that comes on or off. What is that noise? Oh, there we are. That's better. Guessing when the red light is on, the camera is on, if 1950s television has taught me anything. Alright, let's go back to the manual for a moment. How do I do an X-ray? Monitor, set to X-ray. Okay, where is the monitor? I have no idea. You'd really think I'd just look at this. The monitor is the thing above the sync master. So that must be this. So how do I set this to do something? It looks like there's a button there, but I can't seem to turn that on, which is curious. Here we are. It definitely mentioned something about the CC86, didn't it? Let's get back to that for a moment. Monitor set to X-ray and charge CC X-ray device. Yes. How do I turn the monitor on, though? How do I do that? That's definitely the monitor. There's nothing else called the monitor, so this must be the thing I need, but I don't seem to be able to interact with this in any way. I press buttons and nothing happens. I am highly confusulated. Maybe the camera's not on? Nope, I don't think that made any ruddy difference whatsoever. I don't understand. I don't know how to turn the monitor on. What did it actually say about doing on the X-ray? Because I'm only just trying to figure out how to get the monitor on at the moment. The TV and the monitor are different things, aren't they? Because they're on different sides. Yeah, TV unit and monitors. Presumably it means something which monitors something, as opposed to a monitor which displays, you know, information that a computer has generated. How does one do this? R3 is RGB full color. IR is infrared and XR is X-ray. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. So I need to set this somehow to X-ray so that it's appropriately set up, except I don't really seem somehow... Ah, right, here we are. Well, that's saying R3, which is not what I want, is it? Because I want it to be XR. But how do I change that? How does one piddle with such things? It's almost like I need to go around the back and play around with the cables, but I'm sure that's not how it works. Do I need to maybe turn this thing off or something in order to dick around with this? If I turn some other stuff off, does that allow me to interact with it? I don't understand. I don't understand how to use the X-ray machine, how to use the monitor. I don't understand how to set it. I am thoroughly confused. We might just possibly have started to get somewhere. Right. I think we might have figured it out. I do like that all of my superior officers here at the US Department of Extraterrestrial Science have decided just to sit there and wait for the chimpanzee to figure out the maze. Excellent. It's a big ball.
The X-ray is coming through now. No visible damage to the surrounding organic material. No signs of activity either. All output is flatlined.
A bit like my brain. Excellent. Marvellous. I've had an X-ray. It wasn't that complicated. Maybe it was more complicated behind the screen. All they had me do was stand still. Alright. Demonstrate the effect of laser light on the object. What is it, a cat? Try using a low-powered red laser to begin with. It literally is a bloody cat. Alright, how does this work? So I want a red one, so I want to set the frequency to 650. So the laser 2 light generator, so that must be this device here. So let me turn some of this stuff off, because it said to have all the machines turned off if we weren't using them, except you don't seem to turn the monitor on or off. So let me turn this on and put a 650 on here. There we go. I'll just, oh no, that just resets that. It must be a clear button. Alright, so we've got that going, and then the other thing we need is the monitor set to RGB. Right. Why do you call that a monitor when you clearly mean this as a monitor? Which I know is a definition that is applicable, but still. Alright, was it again RGB did it need to be? Yes, to RGB, which is R3. Yes, okay. So, if that's all done, we can press the button and see what happens. Nothing. The grand total of nought. Alright, let's try this again. Monitor set to RGB, that's all it needs. That's all it needs, but it's not working. A low-powered red light to begin with. Is that not what I'm doing? I've set it to a red one. I've got a frequency of 650 here. Do I need to press other things? What other thing? And I need the camera, but you didn't tell me that. Alright, fine, you big fibber. Your failing filing system, which didn't tell me the information I needed. Oh, blimey.
No reaction from first stage. Let's try a high frequency.
Right, okay. Have you found some heartless person? Shine a laser on their heart, and I'm sure it will induce much activity. And if you've got a laser in their body deep enough that you can actually shine it on their heart, then I imagine they're screaming and flailing by that point. So yes, I do imagine they're active. Right, let's try a 510 frequency this time. So I'll turn that off, and we'll clear that, and we'll do a 510, and then we'll turn that back on, and we'll zap it again. Well, it sounded like it was screaming.
Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
Yeah, keep zapping it until the monkey dances for you. That's how science works. Right, a blue laser. How exciting. So that's a 455. Okay, let's turn that off. Clear that and have a 455, please. It's like ordering a Chinese takeaway. I'd like a 4 and a 5 and a 5, please. I'd rather not.
Rhythm is stable, no activity registering in the core. It's possibly damaged. Let's push further.
Right. It would appear here at the United States Center for Extreme Torturing that we have found the heart of Davy Jones in a box. Brilliant. Right. Test the acoustic resonance properties of the object. Right, what do you want to do? Turn its inside into an opera theatre? What do the acoustics matter for crying out loud? Begin with generating a 250 Hz sine wave with the amplifier gain set to 1. Alright, fine. Okay, so we want a sine wave, so that's a curvy line. And we want the amplifier set to 1, do we? Alright, let me turn that off, and that's a temperature gauge. Oh, interesting. Alright, let me clear that and turn it off because we don't need to worry about it. So we need a sine wave. Let's turn that on, and we need an amplifier. That must be this thing here. How do I manage this? I don't really know. Or is the the frequency? Yes, I need a 250 frequency whatnot, don't I? Let me bring that up a little bit, and we'll see what we find. There we go. Alright. This doesn't actually seem to change anything. I can't actually see anything moving on the dial. No, not at all. Alright, let me turn the camera back on. So we've got a sine wave, we've got it set to 250 megahertz. The amplifier set gain, amplifier display. Yes, this is definitely what I want, but I'm slightly confused how I set the amplifier gain to 1 because it doesn't actually seem to do anything. Let me sort of bring it all the way back down to the bottom. There we are. I just clicked once. It won't let me do my thing. Do I need to use a different screen? Oh my goodness, I don't like these things. Alright, I've set the frequency. Oh, do I need to turn this on? Oh. It turns out that before you're allowed to feel knobs, you need to turn them on. Well, who knew that? Anybody more successful at human reproduction then? Well, let's never mind and get on with the game, shall we? Right, there we go. Excellent. Talk about matters of the heart. My goodness gracious.
Not much of a response. Updating the experiment now.
It's not much of a response. What are you doing? Reading the thoughts of the examiners, reading my maths papers. Alright, moving on. Test the acoustic resonance. Increase the frequency to 500 and amplify gain to 5. Alright, I think I can probably manage that. Okay, let me increase the amplifier gain to 5. A little bit more, please. A little bit more. There we are. And then the frequency through the ceiling, please. 500 megahertz. My goodness, we're in the ultra high frequency band, I think. I don't think we've reached microwave yet. My very vague understanding of frequencies is anything to go by, which it usually isn't. The number's going up. It's getting hotter as well.
Fluctuations in activity. Should they increase? Is there risk of damage? What about volunteer? Okay, we're going to push further. We're running out of time. Let's switch around.
Oh, it's like because I'm slow. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Alright, what's next? Not another resonance frequency. Switch to a square wave, because that will make all the freaking difference, won't it? Although there do seem to be a lot more. Although no, actually, I said there's only one more, isn't there? Because these two are just thingamajigs. All right, we'll have a square wave, please, which is not a mathematical function I was ever taught in school. All right, let's slap some squares on it and see what happens. Squares, name of an old crisp brand. There's a bit of public quiz trivia for you.
Seeing good activity on this side. Seeing definite spikes in movement. I know this might seem uncomfortable or dangerous, but you need to trust us and keep going.
And stop being so creepy and secretive. Right, let's study it by sticking a drill up its jackseat. Maintain the gain in the square wave. Bring the frequency to 1 kilohertz. Right, okay. So that's oh wait, hang on a minute. We're doing this in hertz. Sorry, I thought we were doing this in megahertz. I do sincerely apologise. I've jumped the gun, quite literally. We're nowhere near the ultra high frequencies yet. Alright. Come on! Keep going! We should get this thing to 88 miles an hour. That's what it seems like with retro technology. Right. Let's get this up to a whole bag of hertz. Right. I mean, this does hurt a lot, but that's not quite what I mean. Right. Let's zap it again and see what happens. Oh, blimey. Does this not violate some kind of thing in the Geneva Convention?
Full activity registering. We did it. Can you hear us?
It's dead.
You've made excellent progress.
It's gone.
Doing great.
It gone pop.
You need to stay calm and try to relax as we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
I am as comfortable as a gazelle being chased by a lion. My goodness. And the horrible thing is, I know the only task left to do has something to do with a drill. I have never been made calm by a drill. The protective casing is off. Proceed to drill the surface. I'm sorry. What? Are we doing a crossover with Manic Miners? We're not here to drill. Also, now that the protective casing, by which you mean the heart, is off, good. Now that we've torn the heart in half, we can find out what's inside. Is that how this works, is it? Okay. How does the drill work? Switch the drill on, turn off everything else except the camera and the TV. Oh my goodness. Trigger the sync master as normal to begin drill insertion. Alright, let me turn this off, and this off, and turn the drill on, and see how much worse this makes the whole situation. Oh, it's like being back at the dentist. Oh good, we hit a fuse.
How do you feel?
Terrifying.
Don't be scared. We have the situation under control.
I'm not
Take
convinced.
a few moments, and when you're ready, we'll continue.
I don't want to continue. I don't think you're allowed to give me any more experiments. I've run out of manuals. Make contact with the artifact. Alright, I'll turn my phone back on then. Open the test chamber. I would feel more confident about opening the Ark of the Covenant. But fine, I don't guess I've got any choice. What can we see in there? Not a lot. Alright. Let's open the box. Let's see what we find.
Stay calm. You're doing fine. Don't be afraid.
What
Sorry
is
to have to do
this?
this, but we have to know. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. It's time to remember.
Remember? Remember, I'm not being paid enough for this. Not that much. Oh my goodness, I've been snogged by a snowball. Oh good, another nosebleed. That's another handkerchief ruined.
You're a proxy now. You have a connection to the entity's inner core. It's like a conscious black box. It can show you its memories. Look into it. The visions will translate onto the screen to be something that you can understand, that you can play out.
What, not a video game? Would you please stop staring into my eye, you creepy ghost knockoff? Alright. Alright. Would you please stop with all of this, please? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like it even a little bit. How do I do anything? How do I get away from all of this? Clicking on nothing seems to work. Zooming in on things doesn't seem to work. Do I just need to stare longingly and lovingly into its eyes until this actually induces epilepsy in my brain? Oh, I need to hold down. Right, you might have told me earlier. Right, okay. So much for it being understandable. Oh my goodness, my eyes. Memory retrace. Temporal interface conversion. You wake up in the cryopod. It's the start of Fallout 4.
You can navigate its memories. Use the computer. Work your way through.
Must I? Must I do that? Alright, my goodness. That bizarre series of images reminds me of watching sort of weird films that are advertised as horror films but more just seem to be really daft art projects. Goodness. Alright. Struggling against gravity, you force yourself up. Impact into the planet's surface has torn a hole in the ship hull. Poisonous atmosphere spills into your craft. You are in grave danger. This also seems like the start of Destiny. You have to get out. Alright, I'll get out. Memory action unavailable. Command not recognized. Alright, Eve Cryo. respond. Well, this is going brilliantly, isn't it? If only I spoke alien language, then maybe I'd be able to understand what's going on here. What am I going to say? Look around. The craft is broken beyond repair. There is wreckage all around. An airlock door is locked tight. The computer terminal adjacent blinks. Alright, use computer. We're getting a bit meta here again. You tap on the screen and the airlock door splutters to life, slowly opening with a horrendous noise. The ship powers down to silence, having spent the last of the reserves. Alright, go outside. Open door.
This organ was taken from what we think was the leader. His
Organ?
memories are different, they're not like the others. There's more detail here, less hazy. Lean in, see what else is hiding.
Right, when you say organ, do you mean the heart? Alright, fine. I'll lean in. I have this light flash in my eye until I'm blinded again. We'll watch another art project. Right, I saw some creepy things I didn't understand, but apparently this is part of my job description these days. You squeeze through the damaged airlock and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest.
This is incredible. How are we getting all of this? It's describing the moment we found the ship. Mr. Asian, please continue.
Right, stop interrupting me in the middle of my dramatic reading then. You look around to see you are supposed to be mangled by metal. No, to see you are surrounded by mangled metal. To see you are surrounded by a man who can't speak. Bright lights pour through every gap in the surrounding wreckage. Alright, I'll look around again. Worked last time. A crash site. Smoke billows from the downed ship. Exterior lights flicker on and off. Wreckage surrounds you. Looking upwards, you see unfamiliar star patterns. Look up. No. I don't know what to do next. You're not really giving me much of a clue. Look at stars. You don't recognize any of the star patterns above you. That's interesting. Why is the text coming up at the bottom there? I don't know what to say again. There's no clear next step. What other things did it mention? Sometimes you have to point to click with your mouse on objects to interact. Sometimes you have to click and hold and drag the mouse. Sometimes you have to type. Sometimes you have to press tab to move desk. Okay, right. Yes, that I should have understood that earlier, but never mind. Can I go back? Memory action not available. Right, fine. What then? Looking at the stars doesn't achieve anything, and you're not really saying anything else other than there being smoke. Go away. I don't know. It's not, you know, most of these choose your own adventure things, it gives you some sort of suggestion, you know, like you are standing on a landing and there is a staircase in front of you or something. I don't know. What did it say again when I said look up at stars? I don't recognise any of the star patterns above you. So I'm on some sort of foreign planet where I don't recognise the constellations. Okay. But what do I actually do? Where do I actually go? Do I just stare longingly and lovingly into your eyes again? Is that what I need to do? Is that what I need to do? Seemingly not. No. Alright. Help! Confused. That didn't help either. I thought all these things were taught to never recognise that word. What do I do then? I'm so stuck. I'm so directionless. Because it won't let me go back, will it? Because I haven't really gone anywhere. I can't look around again because that's just how I got here. I haven't got any items. I say go back inside. No. Leave. Leave this place. I'm so confused. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what words to use. I don't know how to progress this. All I can do is stare endlessly into this. What do I do next? Right. Move wreckage. Right. You could have mentioned I was pinned under it. With every ounce of your remaining strength. Also, didn't I get out of the cryopod? So how was there metal on top of me if I could get out? Anyway, with every ounce of your remaining strength, you move away from the wreckage. You move away enough of the wreckage for you to crawl carefully through. The lights that surround you now attack your senses. Alright, let's look around again. This didn't get me in a pickle last time. A circle of artificial light surrounds you, set up to illuminate the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. Oh, let me back on stage. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. We saw that image when we looked into the long and loving eye of that thing. Go to figure.
Your heart rate is elevated, but you're doing well. For what it's worth, very few of our test subjects ever make it this far. You should be proud of yourself.
Right, I'm sorry about that minor interruption. Right. Ah, dear. I'm sure my doctor wouldn't recommend this, but I'll do this again for some daft reason. Alright. What happened with the figure? Seems to have a box and a big stick, and a gas mask. Well, good for him. I'm glad to see he's looking after his health. And wires. Good. I'm glad to see he's appalling at cable management. I'm glad to see we've got something in common then, if nothing else. Right, we awake. The room is... I dread to think what we spent the night doing. The room is silent, only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine beep. Your touch isn't yours. What, my iPod touch? We are all as one. We move together in unison. Okay, I'll look around again. We are in a bed. Yes, that's what I was worried about. In a small and artificially lit room with a single door.
This doesn't help. We didn't put this entity in quarantine. It expired at the crash. Whose memories are these? When did this happen?
Well, search me. I'm just a little babe lost in the wood, and I'm really freaking confused. Voice in my head. There is some sort of writing pinned to the wall. Is it a college sports team banner? That seems about right for what sort of room we're describing. Adjacent is a display monitor with wires that drape across the room and into our chest. They have tortured us. Oh. Okay, look at writing. Stuck together are a series of flat sheets with symbols on them. Some sort of writing. Well, yeah, that was kind of why I wanted to look at it. Read writing. The symbols seem to indicate where on our body they had to cut. We've been butchered and maimed over and over. Oh, lovely. Alright, fine. Look at monitor. The screen didn't give anything away. Flashing symbols, and what could be numbers in rhythm. Right, I'm glad I'm as confused as everyone else. Look at wires. A series of wires leave the machine and run across to our chest, attached in different places. We aren't sure if the black fluid is going in or coming out. Collective discomfort. Ah, good. Right. What next? I suppose I'll look around. equipped. I didn't need to see this again. I really don't want to know how much of a bender I've been on that has left me in this situation. Right. Let me look at the wires again. The others didn't seem to sort of lead me into another screen, so I'm guessing this is the next step. Series of wires leave the machine run across our chest, attached in different places. Remove wires. That was naughty. We yanked the wires protruding from our chest. Together we all scream in pain. The action set us off an alarm, echoing loudly down the corridor. Go down corridor. Reaction of it. Alright, leave bed. It's my alarm should scream at me in the morning.
Specimen 20 has left lab 15. It's on the move. Oh God. That vision. It's not a memory, it's happening right now. Mr. Asian, I need you to stop what you're doing, please.
No. Finally, I feel in control voice in my head. So I am going to choose to do this for some daft reason, despite the fact it's just as painful as it always was. What is it, lovely? Hello, madam. How are you? I hope you're well this evening. Oh, please, no more. I can't handle any more. I want to go back to bed. Not the bed in which I was having the bender, just a different bed that's quiet. Through the door, we find ourselves in an empty room with a device on the table. It looks familiar, but we don't know how it works. But this host does. The door closes behind us, and a lock clamps shut. We are alone. Together. I guess I'll look around. It is some sort of preparation room. What, a kitchen? There are markings on more sheets, with a door and a window to one side. The door we came through has been locked shut. The other door has an orange alarm light above it. In the center of the room, a table holding only a small device taken from our ship? My goodness, someone's really struggling with concepts of communism at the moment. It's not belonging to everyone, right? While simultaneously belonging to nobody. My goodness. Political systems are complicated. That's why I don't bother trying to understand them. Wasn't there a device? Pick up device. To take device. No. Look. Okay. Look at device. Look at a book about spelling. Phil. Look at device. Here we are. It was an access code terminal for a wide connection, allowing commanders to command other hosts. What are you talking about? Only you have access to the codes. It's time to use them. You sound like you're talking about setting off a nuclear strike, but okay, use codes.
What is that? We haven't seen that before.
What?
What is it doing? It's using the tool we recovered from the crash lab. It's in our systems. It's sending something across the network. It's broadcasting. Mr. Asian, please. We deeply regret what we have put you through, but please understand it was for the greater good. We had to know more. Rebelling now could be catastrophic. You don't know what this might do to you in the long run.
Right, so it seems like there's 4 rows that I can select by going up and down, and then there's 4 glyphs. Do the glyphs maybe, because on the upper left hand side I can see 4 little blurry glyphs. Maybe I need to make those match what I see here. It looks a bit like that, but that doesn't actually seem to have achieved anything. No, that seems to match the 4 little glyphs I can see on the upper left hand side, but it doesn't actually seem to have achieved anything. There must be some sort of code I need to input, but I don't know where to get the information from, because what I'm looking at on the left doesn't make any sense. The only thing I can see which seems even vaguely similar is that set of symbols on the upper left, but that hasn't achieved anything, so there must be more to it now. What do the symbols on the left mean? What on the left of these glyphs which I can change, what are those supposed to represent other than some kind of column headers, I suppose? Is there anything else I can oh, hang on. What the hell is going on here? I'm so confused. Are you trying to give me a sequence? In which case, this is impossible to read, but I guess I'll just have to try. Alright, what's it starting with? It's starting with... Is it that one? It's only there for a second is the problem, and yeah, zooming in, that's going to make the situation considerably better, isn't it, Phil? Oh wait, no, it's going to make it considerably worse, because I can't see. This is clearly what it's trying to tell me, but I can't read that. They're going by too quickly. No, clicking and holding isn't doing anything like it used to, and zooming out is achieving the grand total of nothing. So all I can do is look at this, but I can't read this, for goodness sake. This doesn't make any sense. It's all moving too quickly, and it's too zoomed in. I can't even tell where it's starting, for crying out loud. It seems to move off the first one before it's even finished. I can't read this. I didn't figure that sequence out. I had to look it up, because I genuinely don't know how you're supposed to read that if you're just copying symbols that are written in that flashing imagery.
They're converging. It's over.
Well, I for one welcome our snowball overlords. Actually, no, that's it. They literally do look like blue snowball microphones without the stands. Right, hello friends. You my children. You my ancestors. You my executioners. Do I need to do something? Do I need to give you a big kiss? I really don't want to give you a big bloody kiss.
Mr. Asian, please don't do this. We mean you. We mean that no harm. Please, don't do something you'll regret. Wait.
I think it's all over now.
One day, Mr. Asian, this will haunt you.
Right. Okay. So, the first episode was kind of digestible. You turn up at a house, you're stuck in your car, you are too stupid to figure out how to open the door. You know, sort of everyday things that happen to us all. And then we are a Class D person in a experiment at the SCP Foundation, and then we stab something's heart and it explodes, and it turns out there's a microphone demon inside, and then we get a severe headache from all the flashing lights. Then we have a right bender, wake up, find that we have been kidnapped by some organ thieves who have decided to stick a load of cables in me in order to drain my blood, because apparently the blood donation clinic are using more aggressive tactics to get people to donate. And then there was an alien uprising? Yes. Normal things that happen to everybody. Right! That was a stark contrast to the first. So we've gone from sort of old VHS horror film type thing to more bizarre retro-futuristic sci-fi. Right. Interesting. Also very confusing. Yeah, I apologise that I had to look at the solution to that last one, but even the guide that I was reading didn't explain how you find the sequence, only that is the sequence you need to input. I don't know if you were supposed to look into that light and then read the symbols, but the problem was they were flickering by too quickly that I couldn't tell where the sequence started and where it ended, and I couldn't see the first symbol when it began, because it would move so quickly, and because it was so zoomed in, I couldn't see the top or the bottom of the symbol, so I had to just guess what it was by the middle. But it was only there for a moment, and the continuous flashing was hurting my eyes. So if you were supposed to read that, then I think that's very difficult to do. And if you weren't supposed to read that, then I don't know where the solution was. Maybe it was right in front of me, and I couldn't see it because I'm an idiot. But anyway, that was very interesting. That was yes, that took a different type of scary. I think a different approach to being scary, should we say, by trying to be very mysterious and unknown rather than just familiar yet terrifying. So that was the first 2 parts of that. I might do another video and see the other 2 parts if folks are interested to see that. But for the time being, I am going back to my bed, which is not going to involve any wires removing any black bile from my potus. Isn't black bile one of the 4 humours back from the old ancient system of medicine? Medicine, very rudimentary and primitive form of medicine. I can't remember what. There's definitely yellow bile. I can't remember what the 4 humours are. One of them's blood, one of them's red bile. Can't remember what the other one is. Yellow bile, even, not red bile. Anyway, that's not important. I'm rambling on about incoherent rubbish. Never mind. That was quite interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yes, if you'd like to see the other episodes, then I might do those as well. But that's enough of all that. I have enough questions and enough head scratching to do. If I get any more confused, I'll have to scratch my head so hard it'll start bleeding. So before any of that happens, I shall say thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.